This is a live look at the Swamp, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium in Gainesville. It's the Ole Miss Rebels and the Florida Gators. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Checking in with the Ole Miss head coach before the game. This is a concerning crowd. You know, every time we're here, it's one of the best atmospheres in all of college football. The coach said they will have to communicate at a high level. They have worked with crowd noise all week at practice. We'll see if it pays off here today. Guys?
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. The Gators headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Snags a quick pass on the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Rebels with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Running inside, it's Lacey. Lowers those pads. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
The Rebels in the hurry up.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
They have work in front of them on third and short from the 42. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got a man. It's Alexander. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Lacey. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Trying to run, it's Lacey. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking downfield on first down. Get it out on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back to pass. He's got it on the move. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone. He goes out of bounds at the 3, but they are in business.
Well, great job making the tackle there. Now setting up third down in your own red zone. This is a stop you have to come up with. You want to give up field goals in this area of the field, not touchdowns.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Tries to do it himself on the draw. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Rebels.
And you knew his legs were a weapon, and he shows it to you right there, running it into the end zone. And this offense, man, they are a good offense, and they are in a good rhythm early in this football game. We talked about the quarterback. We talked about his speed. He can make these type of plays, and on the first drive, Palmer, the defense didn't have any answers. They better find some.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to find them, too, just because of that athleticism and just how he can attack defenses with his arm, with his feet, the different playmakers surrounding him as well. There's a lot to get prepared for in a week when you're playing against this offense, and I just think they saw everything there on that opening drive. They're going to have to do some soul-searching on the sidelines early.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll start on the ground with Jaden Ball. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Takes the easy one to the back. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. A strike downfield. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Handoff for Ball. Here's a little room there. Rams him with the stiff arm. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll ride the hot hand. At the 20, he's got space. They finally get him on the ground, but that's the kind of play that will carry momentum into the second quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone.
Blue, 40 strong. Blue, 40 strong. Go, go.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Motion from the back.
Blue, idiot.
And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
A nice job by the defense with the edges. They try the touch pass on 1st and goal. Nice job setting the edge, not letting him get outside, making the good tackle, forcing 2nd down and goal.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? The Gators are going to call their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looking to fire. Caught along the right sideline.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive, and you got to make tackles.
Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Florida! Middle of the end zone, he's got it! Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point was good to finish things off. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they'd get him on the ground at the 20. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays. Everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Back to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. The run inside. It's Lacey. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the 1st down. The Rebels send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Here's the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run out of the gun with Jaden Ball. He locked up and held on to bring him down.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Finds the tight end. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Well, that was a weird one because I think running back screen was called, but the quarterback just saw an open receiver downfield and said to himself, hey, I got an open guy. I'm just going to take it.
They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. And the Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. Here's a give the ball. There's some room. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. They'll move it back, and it's 1st and 15 for this offense. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Turning it on. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Florida. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out.
Goes high to pull it in. He's into the open down the middle. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Well, we know, David, talking to the coaches before the game, they wanted to get this guy involved. Weren't able to do it early, but they saw the matchup, took advantage of his speed, and it's a long touchdown.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes a minute to figure out what the defense is doing, but then now you figure it out, and now you go to your go-to guy. He has all the speed, man. He can win outside. You want to play man-to-man coverage on him? You want to leave him on an island? It's not going to turn out well.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Caught on the left side by Wilson.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Running right, it's ball. He's got enough to move the chains and convert, but we'll see if they're content to just let this clock run here late in the half. Clock is stopped. Florida has called a timeout. It's second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Looking to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down. The Gators come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
He might want another play.
Slog! Right on the end.
To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Pryor. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down. Timeout now called by the Gators. That's their last one. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Under fire. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And the quarterback was looking for the big fella. And I tell you what, you throw these routes to big tight ends, it usually ends well, but it was really, really good coverage, breaking on that corner route and getting the ball to the ground.
And this one is perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking downfield on first down. Going long. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. Just about set to get this second half underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Gators offense, ready to go on the attack. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Runs through a tackle. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Incomplete, and they got a hand on that one early.
Yeah, and this quarterback's got to know that this isn't practice. This isn't back with his QB guru. He's not trying to throw around brooms or around big bags. That is an arm attached to a body that bench presses 500 pounds. He's got to do better.
Picked up 4 yards, now looking at 3rd and 6. Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side now. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up. But this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions hanging on his neck trying to drag him to the ground. Not easy to do.
They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. A little screen to the running back. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. The Gators trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Run in the red zone, it's Montgomery. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And he's in! Touchdown, Gators!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Using his legs, it's Lacey. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. And the Rebels racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down. Clock winds inside a minute to play here in the 3rd.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Trying play action. Bringing the heat. He's going to take off. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless